Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Spider-Man 2. It's been a while since I've done a Spider-Man movie review. I've been very busy this past 2 or 3 weeks, so I haven't had much time to do videos for because of my bar mitzvah, but it's over. Time to start getting back into the routine of making videos. So I thought this would be the perfect one to kick off more movie reviews, so let's get right into it. Starting off with what this movie's about. This movie's about Spider-Man meeting this guy named Otto Octavius, and he's trying to create this whole sustainable energy thing or whatever it's called, and then it fails. It drives him. The tentacles drive him mad, and they make him do chaos around New York, and now they want him to destroy the city or something. I'm not 100% sure. Peter loses his powers in the process with some weird reason, but whatever. Yeah, this movie's complex. Starting off with the good, everything in the good revolves around the action sequences and the entertainment value. So many action sequences in this movie are so good. Absolutely love the train fight. Who doesn't love that sequence? It's probably one of my favorite Spider-Man action sequences. This might be my absolute favorite. And it's just fantastic. Some of the CGI in it isn't so great, but the music and the sequence is great. The whole score in general for this movie is just great. And all the entertainment is there. Like, I'm always on the edge of my seat throughout watching this movie. I think unlike Spider-Man 3, I think the drama between Peter and MJ actually works here. And I still don't love that she's like a dazzle in distress. It doesn't really work in the sequels, but it doesn't really bother me that much. And as a whole, just so many great things. Like, Otto Octavius, I think, is an improvement over Harry Osborn from the first one. I just think the suit is kind of cheesy. And here is just a little bit better. But as a whole, just great villain. I think Tobey Maguire is a bit better in this movie than he was in the first one. Where the first one, he's a little on the cringy side. Here, not so much. I think he's better. I think all the stuff involving him losing his powers, a couple things I have an issue with that. But the plot as a whole plays out pretty nicely. And it kind of works for me. And as a whole, the beginning with the bank action sequence is also great. The whole thing where Peter kind of has to figure out how is he going to balance out his normal life with Spider-Man. Just fantastic way to do this. Wish we got more stuff when he's in school, but it doesn't bother me now because now we got Homecoming. I think I saw this movie before I saw Homecoming. And there's just so many things that I think just work well. As I say, you're always on the edge of your seat from beginning to end. A lot of the pieces work, like what they do with Harry Osborn and how they tie it into Spider-Man 3. This almost makes me wish that Spider-Man 3 is a lot better than it actually is, because there's so much potential there, which Spider-Man 3 is kind of a mess. I'm going to rewatch it soon. I still haven't. I kind of have to for the upcoming No Way Home, and I'll see Venom 2, I don't know, sometime before that, I guess. I'm not 100% sure. So, as a whole, so many great things in this movie. Also, what happens in the end, the emotional sacrifice from Dr. Octopus. I mean, when I said emotional, I kind of lied. It's not really emotional, but it's a great sequence. Now you have the mixed stuff. As a whole, I think the whole plotline involving Peter losing his powers because he's bummed out, I think it plays out well, but like, you're still, I'm kind of curious, like, why does this happen? Especially when you look back after you watch the movie. It's just kind of weird, because like, he's just bummed out and he just loses his powers. But it kind of happens out of nowhere. That's my problem with this. Not so much that happens, but it just doesn't feel quite right, and it's just a little odd. That's all I'll really say about it. But as a whole, but I think some of the stuff, as I said, I wish MJ wasn't really a dazzle in distress again, but her plot line works for me, although she literally left her wedding day. I don't know if that makes that much sense, but whatever. I can deal with. I can go with that. Now you have the bad. And the only thing I'm just not a fan of this movie, some of the visuals are not good. Like, even as cute as the train sequence is, I just don't know if the visuals quite work. Like, it's still good here. Like I think the visuals are better than they were in the first one and the third one, which isn't saying very much. But as a whole, there's some weird CGI chops that are just don't quite work. But as a whole, really enjoyed this movie. And I'm going to give it a 9.4 out of 10. I think this movie really works, and I think this is probably my favorite Spider-Man movie yet. We'll see how Venom 2 and No Way Home turn out. I haven't seen them yet, so we'll see that. So those are my thoughts. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.